Your body is currently trying to kill you. Slowly, and it's not a metaphor, chronic stress is linked to 6 of the leading causes of death in adults. Every single one. Here's what's actually happening when you say you're stressed. Segment 1. The trigger. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a dead lion and a tiger. The second you perceive a threat, real or imagined, your amygdala fires an alarm before your conscious mind even catches up. Your hypothalamus releases CRH. Your pituitary gland releases ACTH. Your adrenal glands flood your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. This entire chain happens in less than a second, faster than you can consciously register the thought that triggered it. Your heart rate spikes. Your blood pressure climbs. Your pupils dilate to take in more visual information. Your blood sugar surges to give your muscles fuel to run from a threat that doesn't exist. Your digestion shuts down because eating is irrelevant if you're about to be eaten. Even your hearing changes. High-frequency sounds become harder to detect, while low-threatening frequencies get prioritized. This response is called the HPA axis, and it evolved over millions of years for one purpose: survival in the next 90 seconds. Run from the predator. Win the fight. Then recover fully until the next threat. That recovery step is the part modern life deleted. You don't run, you sit at your desk, you read the email again, you refresh the notification, and all that chemical fuel, the sugar, the adrenaline, the cortisol, has nowhere to go. It just circulates, building on top of yesterday's load, which was already building on the day before. That's the part nobody tells you. But that's not even the system that should worry you most. Segment 2. The heart chronic stress raises your risk of heart attack by up to 40%. Some large-scale studies put psychological stress on par with smoking as a cardiovascular risk factor, a comparison that should stop you mid-scroll. Every stress spike constricts your blood vessels and forces your heart to pump harder against more resistance. One spike, your body recovers within the hour. 100 spikes a day, every day, for years. Your arteries start to stiffen permanently. Plaque builds faster along the damaged vessel walls, narrowing the pathways your blood depends on. Your blood pressure stops returning to baseline between spikes, so what used to be a temporary state becomes your new normal resting condition. Your resting heart rate creeps up over months without you noticing. Your heart rate variability, a key marker doctors use for cardiovascular health, drops. Doctors can now estimate someone's chronic stress load just by looking at how rigid and predictable their heartbeat pattern has become. Because a healthy heart is actually supposed to vary slightly with every breath. Your heart isn't built to sprint all day. But under chronic stress, that's exactly what you're asking it to do, every day, without rest, for years at a time. And while your heart is taking the hit up top, your gut is taking one of its own. Segment 3. The gut. 70% of stressed adults report digestive symptoms with no other medical cause behind them. Cortisol slows digestion because your body thinks you're about to run, not eat. Blood gets redirected away from your stomach and into your limbs, where your brain thinks it'll be needed for movement. Your gut lining becomes more permeable, a condition often nicknamed leaky gut, letting particles slip through that your immune system then treats as foreign threats. Inflammation rises in response. The bacteria balance in your microbiome shifts toward the species linked to anxiety and depression, and away from the species linked to calm, stable digestion. This is why stress shows up as a knot in your stomach, nausea before a big event, or a flare-up of existing symptoms during your hardest weeks. It's also why people under chronic stress are far more likely to develop irritable bowel syndrome, even with no prior history of it. Your gut and your brain are wired on the same nerve, the vagus nerve, and it carries signals in both directions, constantly, in real time, faster than you can consciously track. So the stress in your head doesn't stay in your head. It becomes the pain in your stomach, the appetite that disappears, or the appetite that won't stop. And that same nerve connection is rewriting something else entirely, The way you think. Segment 4. The brain chronic stress physically shrinks your hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. Brain scans show measurable volume loss in people under sustained stress, visible on imaging within months. Cortisol in small bursts sharpens focus. That's why a deadline can make you briefly productive. But cortisol sustained for weeks at a time does the opposite. It kills the growth of new neurons. It weakens the connections between existing brain cells, particularly in the regions responsible for forming new memories. Memory lapses, brain fog, forgetting why you walked into a room, or losing a thought mid-sentence. The feeling that you used to be sharper than this. That's not aging. That's cortisol, actively working against your brain's architecture, one exposure at a time. Meanwhile, your amygdala, the fear center, grows larger and more reactive under the same chronic exposure. So you don't just remember less. You get more afraid more often with less actual reason to be. A feedback loop where stress makes you more sensitive to future stress, which produces more cortisol, which shrinks the hippocampus further. Your brain is physically changing shape in response to a threat that was never there to begin with, and your immune system is paying for it too. Segment 5. The immune system. People under chronic stress get sick nearly twice as often as people who aren't. Short-term stress actually boosts immune response, useful if you're fighting an infection from a wound in the middle of a crisis, which is exactly the scenario your body evolved this system for. But chronic stress does the opposite. It suppresses white blood cell production. It blunts your body's ability to fight off viruses, which is why stressful periods so often line up with catching every cold going around the office. It slows wound healing by up to 40%, meaning the cut on your hand takes nearly twice as long to close as it would during a calmer period of your life. Vaccines are even less effective in chronically stressed people. Their bodies mount a measurably weaker antibody response, something researchers have confirmed across multiple vaccine types. Every cold you can't shake. Every cut that won't close. Every illness that lingers 2 weeks instead of 3 days. Your immune system is running on empty because cortisol told it to stand down and conserve resources for a fight that never actually arrives. And if your insides are struggling this much, your outside won't hide it either. Segment 6. The skin. Chronically stressed adults show visible skin aging up to 6 years ahead of their actual age, according to dermatological studies comparing skin biopsies between high and low stress groups. Cortisol breaks down collagen, the protein that keeps skin firm and elastic. It increases oil production, triggering breakouts even in adults who haven't had acne since their teens. It impairs your skin barrier so moisture escapes faster and irritation, redness, and sensitivity move in easier than they used to. Wound healing slows here too, the same way it does internally, so blemishes, cuts, and irritation linger far longer than they should, and existing conditions like eczema or psoriasis tend to flare during stressful stretches. Hair follicles aren't spared either. Sustained cortisol exposure is directly linked to stress-related hair shedding, sometimes appearing months after the stressful period has already ended, which is why people often can't connect the two. You're not imagining it. Stress is written on your face, your skin, and your hairline before it shows up anywhere else you can measure with a blood test. And underneath all of it, it's rewriting your hormones too. Segment 7. The reproductive system. Chronic stress can lower fertility-related hormones by up to 30% in both men and women. Your body treats reproduction as a luxury function, something only worth investing in when resources are safe and abundant. Under chronic stress, it diverts resources away from it entirely, prioritizing immediate survival over future offspring. In women, this disrupts ovulation and menstrual cycle regularity, sometimes stopping periods altogether during periods of extreme or prolonged stress. In men, it lowers testosterone and sperm production, sometimes measurably within weeks of sustained high-stress periods. Libido drops in both for the same underlying reason. Your body has decided this isn't a priority right now. Your body isn't broken, It's making a calculated trade-off based on outdated survival math, deciding this isn't a safe time to create new life, even when the actual threat in front of you is an overflowing inbox rather than a famine or a predator. But there's one system tying every single one of these together. One that, when it breaks all the others faster. Segment 8. Sleep. Chronically stressed. Adults lose an average of over an hour of deep sleep per night compared to low-stress individuals. And that hour is doing more work than you think. Cortisol is supposed to follow a curve. High in the morning to wake you up, low at night to let you sleep. Chronic stress flattens that curve. Cortisol stays elevated into the evening, keeping your nervous system in a state your body reads as still in danger, which makes falling asleep harder and makes the sleep you do get shallower. You spend less time in deep, slow-wave sleep, the stage where your body repairs tissue, consolidates memory, and clears waste products out of your brain. This is where the feedback loop closes. Poor sleep raises cortisol the next day. Higher cortisol makes sleep worse the next night. Your heart doesn't get its nightly drop in blood pressure. Your gut doesn't get the repair window it needs. Your hippocampus doesn't get the deep sleep it requires to consolidate memory, so the memory loss from segment 4 gets worse. Your immune system does most of its repair work during deep sleep, so the suppression from segment 5 compounds. Even your skin does most of its collagen repair overnight, which is why poor sleep and stressed skin almost always show up together. Every system you just heard about depends on sleep to recover from the damage stress causes during the day, and stress is the thing actively stealing that recovery window every single night on a loop with no natural exit. 8 systems. 1 chemical. All of it happening right now. In you. While you watch this. That's the part that should worry you. Not that stress feels bad in the moment. That stress is structural. It is not in your head. It is in your arteries, your gut lining, your hippocampus, your skin, your hairline, your hormones. And the sleep that was supposed to undo all of it each night. It is measurable, scannable, and provable in a lab. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's doing exactly what it was built to do, for a threat that was supposed to last minutes, not years. The tiger was supposed to leave eventually. Yours never does. And until you give your body a real recovery signal, it will keep running a survival program for a danger that exists only in your inbox, your notifications, and your own mind.